Follow me.
Yeah, let's keep going. Oh, God!
I didn't
Oh,
notice.
God!
I didn't notice. I thought it was
Oh,
rock. I
God!
thought it was a rock. I thought it was a rock.
G'day everyone, it's the Jury94 here, and welcome to another week of Quick Save Gaming's Streamer of the Week, where we basically talk about streamers and introduce you guys to some new streamers out there, have a chat with them about what they play, things that they've learned in their time streaming, some advice that they can give, and basically help create a much nicer and better community for everyone. So this week we got a guy who I've known pretty much since I very first started streaming. So he was part of the first community I joined, and we've kind of been streaming buddies ever since then. He's the first VTuber that I've been associated with, and he's going to be the first VTuber a part of this Quick Save Gamer Street of the Week. What I really do like about this guy is that he breaks the mold a bit from normal VTubers who tend to go with the more anime style, and he has his own animation style, which is really cool, and it's all animated by himself. So I really appreciate that he is willing to break the mold and do his own thing. So this week I would like to introduce you guys to Stevie and Major.
Hi. Hello. I'm Stevie from Stevie and Major, and welcome to the show where we interview people like me, Stevie. And yes, I am a VTuber. I used to have a mouth, but my nose grew so much that it disappeared. So that's the story.
So I'm gonna throw a different question into the mix, just because you are a VTuber. So how did you come up with your design?
Well, I started off on doing YouTube, and I thought, well, that's what I'm gonna do. I have a bachelor's in audio video,
Yep.
so I felt I should do video because that's what my parents paid me for to make videos out of my life.
Yeah.
And I noticed that I had a tiny room, and I knew everything that was to do to make a setup for video, like lighting. You needed a camera, you needed a microphone close to your mouth, and that felt so clustered. And I kept thinking about it. If I want to do videos talking about video games, I should just show video games. What would benefit anybody to see my face? But I felt it would be too impersonal to have nothing of a personality of visual for you. So when I made my VTube character, I thought, oh, I can just show something pop up on screen, like just my face, and pop out every now and then just to make a little quick insert.
Yep.
And when I started doing Twitch, I noticed, wow, I got a character basically rigged up. Let's just throw them up, and whenever I talk, I can do expressions and frowny faces and close my eyes and open them and be all happy and fun. And people will be like, oh, I know that guy. That's the cartoon Big Nose.
Oh, jeez. I just inhaled some water.
In today's interview, try not to laugh. Jury fails every time.
Jury suffocates on stream, drowns on water. What kind of games do you play, Stevie?
Well, in my personal life, I love playing retro games. I started off on the Super Nintendo, so anything that gives me that nostalgia feeling, I'm all in.
Yep.
But on streaming, I feel it's way more interesting playing community games. So anything that it's not massive multiplayer, but a co-op that I can get 1 or 3 people together and just chat gives me that feeling of, oh my God, I'm with my friends on the couch again.
Yeah.
So basically everything I do is to try to bring nostalgia back in form and try to promote nostalgia and give you that warm feeling of we're all friends.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I like
I've been
that.
playing Grounded a lot. I play a lot of Phasmophobia.
Yep.
Because everybody has it, and it's fun to get spooky and die and scream.
Yeah. Yep.
And I should play Pico Park,
Oh.
but I heard people punch each other, so I'm like, yeah, I'll wait for that one.
No,
Let me
Pico
find a
Park
good
is
group.
it is good. It is good fun. We should pick that up again in the
Yes.
community games night again. That was good fun. What games are you currently playing right now?
Well, I almost finished Grounded. It was massively fun. Like, that has been a full week stream, just Grounded. Because I got the Xbox Game Pass, I don't know if I'm going to keep it for the rest of my life.
Yep.
But while I'm with it, I'm like, let's play everything. I also been playing Golf It with a bunch of my friends. And there's some levels I'm great at, some levels I'm horrible at, and it's amazing fun. to
Okay.
just scream out your lungs every time you miss. And amazing fun when you get a hole in one and everybody's missing. Like, yes, I am the master of the balls. Cut that out.
No.
Don't leave it in. No, 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 no.
Nope.
Yep.
What's your favorite game of all time?
This is going to be a bit of a curveball,
Hmm.
but if you ever played Hollow Knight,
Hollow
it
Knight.
is, yeah, it is a 2D Tim Burton drawing game
I think I have.
with a
I've
bunch
seen
of
it.
little bugs.
Yep.
It is kind of a Metroidvania, but instead of a shooter, you have a little knife.
Mm.
It is so hard. It has the Dark Soul style, like if you die, you leave your soul there and you have to collect it.
Yep.
And if you die the second time, you lose everything.
Oh, okay. Yep. Yep.
But I feel so gratified when I might manage to kill a boss, when I progress, the venture off into this huge world, not knowing what's going to happen and being generally frightened that you're going to die,
Mm.
and having this beautiful orchestral music happening in the background
Yep.
with this stunning artwork.
Mm.
I never beat it, but I managed to get to the final boss several times. I'm just like, okay, I need a break. And when I come back, I'm going to start from zero and we're going to do it all over again. And I foresee me doing that like for the rest of my life, every now and then, just starting over, just like slowly progressing. It feels very satisfying.
Yeah. Cool. That's. I guess it's the good thing about those kinds of games is it is gratifying to like finally beat a boss because it is so hard. Like it feels like a big
Yeah.
achievement.
Yeah. And I think the big achievement that you feel is you see somebody doing it or you see how it's done. You think that's impossible. I could never do that. I'm not good at video games.
Mm.
But you start fighting the boss, you lose, you lose, lose. Suddenly you notice, oh wait, there's a pattern. I can jump here and be safe. I can use this defense that I didn't use before and be safe.
Mm.
And once you win, oh my god, you just want to scream like, yes, I have defeated you. I am the boss now. Yeah, I scream a lot on my stream. Apparently, you're gonna know.
Who is your favorite Pokemon?
I thought about this every time you ask everybody in all of your interviews, who's my favorite Pokemon? And I got a list of 3.
Okay.
Number 1, Cubone.
Oh.
Number 2, Farfetch'd.
Mhm.
Number 3, any other dumb Pokemon that's holding a prop.
Yeah, I just realized it's a bit of a trend here.
Because, oh my god, a Pokemon holding a prop has so much story. Like, why are you holding this? And if you let it fall down, are you still that Pokemon? Do you turn into another Pokemon? What is this?
Oh.
Huh?
Whoa.
Think about it.
Whoa.
Cubone only works if he's holding the bone. Farfetch'd needs to hold his little
Leak.
vegetable thing.
What? I've never really thought about
you
that.
just keep thinking about
So,
it for hours and
Actually,
hours.
you know, you raise a good point about Cubone, right? What if Cubone
Mhm.
doesn't wear the skull of its dead mother?
Does it evolve into the creature of that the mother should be?
So, like,
That's what I keep thinking
what
about.
came first? The Cubone
know.
or the bone?
I just love thinking about Cubone. It is so interesting.
I've never
and all
thought
the
about it.
rumors and all the lore.
Oh, like I love Cubone's lore in general because Cubone, like, it's got a decent story. Like, it's, I mean, sad,
Yeah.
but like, there's actually a little bit of writing there. And when you put it that way, like, I've never really thought about that bit. Like, what came first, the Cubone or the bone? Like,
Oh, and when you see the Alolan version
yeah,
with it's being a ghost Pokemon, it's like, oh my god, that's so tragic and awesome. Like the ghost of his mother follows him.
oh, spooky.
It is insane.
Yeah, well, I've never really thought about
So
it.
Cubone is the best one. If you answer anything other than Cubone, you're lying.
What about like Magnetite or Magneton, where you've got the magnets on them? Are they
Yeah,
any different if they
magnets.
don't have the magnets?
That's the funny thing. It's like the human centipede.
What?
Like, are they a new Pokemon or are they 3 individual Pokemon just hanging around?
Oh, they just 3 Pokemon put together.
Yeah, they're just pretending. Like Doug Trio.
Yeah, Dog Trio is
Like,
basically
I had 3 Digletts. I'm like, okay, it's a Doug Trio. Like, that's fine, I guess.
just stuff them in the ball together. Who is your favorite streamer, or who do you get your inspiration from?
That's interesting. Because like I said, I started on YouTube.
Mhm.
So the first exposure I had to any kind of game players that would play video games and comment was like Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, and PewDiePie.
Yep.
And I never felt that feeling of hominess or closeness because they were screaming, they're trying to be theatrical,
Mm.
trying to grab your attention, at least back when in the day where I used to watch them.
Yep.
And I was like, it's not for me.
Mm.
But when I saw Game Grumps, that was basically unedited 10 minutes of two funny people sitting down and having a conversation, I was like, this is it.
Mm.
This is the feeling I was looking for in like going back to playing Nintendo 64, calling my friends in the couch,
Yep.
like when your friends come over.
Mm.
And I couldn't stop watching. And ever since then, I was like, I want to emulate something like this. I have watched so much of their content. They inspired me so much. I want to try to give back
Mm.
to this community that I feel like I'm enriched by. So I kept trying to think, how can I make video game content and give it my own spin? And like, what would I want to watch and nobody's making?
Yep.
So this is more or less a big nose animation is what people were missing in this world.
Why did you start streaming?
Honestly, it was an accident because I was making my little group on Discord of YouTubers,
Yep.
and we're like, streamers not allowed, go away. And then, because I was like, you're just gonna stream, sit there and play video games? That's stupid. You gotta edit. You gotta put in the work, boy. I apologize now that I have been streaming for a long time. I
Yeah.
apologize. I understand.
I am
They're
eating my
different. They're
words.
hard in different ways. But back then, I was like, you just sit there and play video games. And then I met the deviant Evie,
Yep.
and I thought she was hilarious. I thought she was very charismatic and funny,
Mm.
and I still do, of course. But she hates editing. She stopped posting stuff because she couldn't edit anymore. She was like, I lost all love for doing this content because I just don't want to do the aftermath.
Yeah, fair.
So I started researching Twitch for her
Mm.
because I thought this might be the perfect match for you.
Mm.
And when I was on one of my Reddit groups, I met a girl called Reese,
Mhm.
and she was like, "Yeah, here's my VOD on YouTube. I did a quick edit. What do you guys think?" I thought she was phenomenal, and luck would have it, one day I was checking her stuff out. I enter her Twitch, and she was live,
Mm.
and I started talking to her. And the second she said, "Hi, Stevie, how you doing?" I was like, "I get it. I get why Twitch is special.
Yeah.
Just having somebody talk to you, make you feel heard,
Mm.
you interact directly with what is happening.
Yep.
It is basically, come enter my gaming room. You're part of the fun."
Yeah.
That was perfect. I was hooked. Yeah. So this girl Reese was, I feel like, the person who made everything fall into place, and I think she's an excellent streamer. So I guess she was my biggest influence, because if it wasn't for her video, I would never have started my Twitch account.
Yep.
Never try to do this.
And look where you are now.
Yeah. On the Ask Jury and Answer Question show.
Streamer of the week.
What is the name of the show? I'm so sorry. I see it all
It's like,
the time. I don't remember. Streamer of the week. Streamer of the week. Streamer of the week.
So, what's been your favorite moment so far in your streams?
Oh, if you asked me last week, I would be like, I don't know, dude.
Mhm.
This week, yesterday, I hit 100.
Oh, nice.
I was
Congratulations.
rated up like 4 times. We were playing Grounded. We like played a 9-hour stream.
Mhm.
We did so much in the game, and so many people just showed up and just chatted, and I met a bunch of new friends. There was so many feelings of, every moment I felt self-doubt of, I'm just following in other people's footsteps,
Mm.
because, like I said, the Deviant Evie blew up on Twitch.
Yep.
She was perfect for it. She's also a VTuber,
Mm.
and we're basically brother and sister channels.
Yep.
But she grew way faster
Mm.
than anybody I ever seen on Twitch. And I took a break. When I came back, a bunch of people who followed her started following me.
Mm.
But I always had that feeling of, yeah, it's more of a, not a pity follow, but if I follow Evie, I should follow Stevie, because apples and tomatoes,
Yep.
they're not the same thing. I mean, like apples and oranges.
Mm.
That's the one.
Yep.
Maybe, or whatever. Back to my point. On the stream of yesterday, like, people who Evie didn't know, I didn't know, nobody I knew,
Mm.
just entered my stream, started chatting with us, said liked my content, and started following me.
Yep.
And that was a validation that I haven't had before, of, I'm not following in anybody's footsteps, I'm not in anybody's shadow.
Yep.
people actually want to see my content,
Mm.
because it's very easy to stay home, hide behind a animation,
Yeah.
and feel a lot of self-doubt, a lot of insecurity,
Mm.
and think, nobody cares, nobody wants to see me. And I don't know, especially when you've been streaming for so long and have like 2 viewers most sessions,
Mm.
you start feeling kind of funky. But one thing that I learned watching the Streamer of the Week hosted by Jury, I was watching the, Lemon episode,
Yep.
and she said one thing that hit me hard was, I started growing when I treated Twitch as if it was a job, with the same earnestness as a job,
Mhm.
and I noticed I wasn't. I was treating it as a hobby, and if I was not feeling the best, I was like, I would blow it off. If I had something to do that day, I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna rest in the morning instead of streaming.
Yep.
And the second I was like, You know what? It's disrespectful to people who are watching. It's disrespectful for me if I'm not that earnest, if I'm not taking it seriously. So the second I did, every morning just doing it, I felt I started growing quicker and quicker and quicker. The people who watched me started enjoying the content way more, and I felt I was getting closer to my streamer friends
Yeah.
because I felt reinvigorated.
Yeah. That's awesome.
And actually, watching your interviews really helps.
Oh, well, I
Every time I start feeling funky, I hear somebody saying similar things that I'm feeling,
yeah.
and it does feel like, oh, I'm not alone.
Oh,
This is normal.
that's exactly why I'm doing this. Because like, and you're not alone in that. I feel that way sometimes. Like only just a few days ago, I was feeling down in the dumps. Um, like just like, and sometimes you're streaming. Sometimes you've got nobody in there, and you just beat up on yourself, and you're like, oh, why? Like, why am I doing this? Is this really worthwhile? Like, is this worth my time?
Yeah.
Is this a good way to spend my time? Et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And you get in your own head, and it's so easy to go on a downward spiral from that, especially when you're live. But it's, as you said, it's important like to just do it. Just go live. If you treat it like I treat it like a job. I try to keep the same schedule and stuff like that, same as what Lemon does. Not serious as like my real job, not yet
Yeah.
anyway. But if you treat it like a job, it's a lot easier to put a little bit more ownership into what you're doing, and you just feel better on stream. And yeah, I vibe with that, and I really appreciate what you're saying about what we're doing here, because that's exactly what we're trying to do. We're trying to help people, like yourself and like other streamers out there, just to get through some of those doubtful times that you might have on your in your own head, because everyone gets it. Everyone gets down. Everyone beats themselves up, but you just keep pushing through it, and eventually someone will jump into your stream. You'll get rated a couple times. Somebody will jump in your stream and make it all worthwhile again. Just like
Yeah.
what happened with you.
It was crazy and definitely changed. I never thought I was gonna hit more than 100.
Mm,
I have like a little bar on my screen
yep.
saying from 0 to 100,
Mm,
and I thought it was gonna get to 80 and stop,
mm,
and I would just fade away from Twitch.
mm.
And when I reached 100, I was like, "Oh,
Set that bar high
I
at
guess I'm a
200.
Twitcher now."
Well, good work, and
It
yeah,
wa
it's don't beat never beat yourself up.
Yeah. Well, I think it's always good. It's healthy to reflect
Mm,
and feel doubt and question yourself. Not healthy to stop doing everything you're doing, petrified because of what you're thinking,
yes, yeah.
which will lead us to our next question.
What is the time where you've made a mistake or you've stuffed up with your streaming, and what did you do to learn from that?
This is going to seem like a huge contradiction from what I just said because I am completely forgiving of myself
Mm,
on stream. Like if I'm playing a game and it just doesn't work and it sucks or blah blah blah, I'll just change it. I won't feel bad about it.
mm,
If there's an audio issue, I don't care because there's so much that is the problem of the software, so much that is the problem of I want this game to feel 100% fresh so I have something to talk about,
mm.
so I don't check it beforehand. And if it doesn't work, I'll just switch it.
Yep.
I think it's important to just keep an open mind, be happy, be positive, and nobody would mind.
Yep.
Because once I was playing this game called Bastion,
Mm,
and it was the first game I was going to do solo.
mm,
And there's a lot of narration in that game, so I was like, okay, if I don't know what to say, I'll just listen to the narrator and I'll comment. Funny thing is, the narrator never shuts up. Like, never, 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 never. You have no time to speak because he's always saying, "That boy's got to walk on that stone." Okay, I know that boy just jumped on that stone. Like, shut up! I need to speak with my audience, and I just felt the game was so boring and
Mm,
it's so redundant.
yep.
I at one point I was just like, guys, guess what? I'm changing games.
Mm.
I changed it super quickly. I even got complimented, like, "Oh my god, that's a nice pause menu. I like the music, and you switched the game that really quickly. That was really cool.
Yeah.
You're like a professional." I was like, "Oh, perfect."
They
So
like the
if you,
pause screen better than the game itself.
yeah, get your face out of the way. Put on the pause screen. Oh my god, that
Yeah.
music's jamming.
No, I
So
get
I
you
think
there.
if you're always very positive
Mm.
and act like errors happen and you just have to deal with it, people won't notice as a bad thing.
Yeah. Just play it off.
And but the second thing that I would say was the worst moment of the stream. I was playing The Medium, and I told you this. I was super excited because it's a horror game
Mm.
with the music of the composer of Silent
Oh,
Hill,
yes. I think I
and I was
was,
like
yeah.
about to pre-purchase this game,
Yep.
but I don't have any systems that can run it. So I was like, yeah, I'll just wait. And when it was on the Game Pass, I was like, you know what? This whole week I'm gonna play The Medium, and I'm gonna beat it, and it's gonna be awesome. Nobody's was watching it, which is fine, no problem. 1 hour in, I was about to throw my computer out the window. I was so bored.
Uh,
And when I noticed nobody was on and I finally got my first death screen, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just gonna entertain myself. And I started ranting. And I just went for it. Like no cursing, just going whatever's on my mind. Just let it out.
mm.
And I felt it was so fun and it's so relaxing just to have that freedom of, you know what, this is my show. I do whatever I want to do.
Yep.
So instead of being like, oh my God, today was a horrible stream. It was so frustrating. It was like, dude, it was funny. I went crazy. I even made a highlight of the game, but just me ranting about the game. So you'll never know what happened in the game. You'll just know how I felt about it.
Yeah, well, I think it's
So
a
I
good point. Like if you're playing a game and you're not vibing it and your chat's not vibing it, don't just play it because you feel like you have to. Just move on. Like you're here to have fun.
yeah,
If you're not having fun, then move on.
yeah, you make the fun out of the game.
Yeah,
Like you don't have to do what the game wants you to do. If you want to just scream at the game for an hour, you can scream at the game for an hour.
I'd watch that.
I'll lose my voice, so no.
Fair cool. So, what is the greatest thing you've learned from streaming?
Honestly, to adapt. Because on YouTube, it is months and months of work, or weeks and weeks of work, depending on if you're doing animation or not,
Yep.
to just one moment that you're going to put it out and see the reaction.
Mm,
And you put so much weight on one little project. On Twitch, you do a stream. If somebody showed up, it's nobody showed up. In 1 month, nobody will see that stream if you don't archive it.
mm,
It'll be gone forever. That feeling of it doesn't matter, only in the moment it matters, changed my perspective of how to deal with my emotions and how to deal with this project, how to
mm.
deal with doing Twitch every day. Because I will not be judged in the future of my mistakes today. Nobody will see it.
Yeah.
People will just keep the good memories and come back for more tomorrow. And it's so much relaxing and so freeing to just experiment on Twitch and just feel out the room, feel out whatever I want to do,
Mm,
and not think I am forced to do one thing or to act one way. Otherwise, people will say, ah, this is not the content I subscribe to. I'm leaving.
mm,
So it is completely a different beast from YouTube.
mm.
And I think I'm enjoying Twitch more.
Cool. So, what's some advice you'd give to a fellow streamer who may be just starting out?
I think out of everything we talked about,
Mm,
not taking yourself too seriously, reading the room, just have fun,
mm,
but also find the balance of this is work, this is a hobby. You're not here to just be self serving, you're here to accommodate other people who are coming into your stream.
mm,
Once you, I think, exclude that idea of I'm here just to have fun, you can take it a little bit more seriously that one day, if it wasn't that fun, you don't think it was a waste of time. You feel like, okay, I'm slowly growing a community, slowly growing my own style.
Yeah.
Because if you ever look at your videos from now and from, like, say, a couple of weeks later, you're going to sound and act completely different because you're feeling more comfortable about who you are. You're changing your ways of talking and joking around and playing video games, depending on the game and depending on the people who are in the game.
Yep.
And it's always a self-discovery.
Mm.
So do not feel afraid of failing. Do not feel afraid of making mistakes. It does not matter. It's sand in the wind.
Mm.
What matters is what you take away from it and how you're going to face the next stream
Yeah.
and how you're going to change.
I like that's some good advice. Some solid advice. You're a wise man, Mr. Big Nose.
Am I shaking my head? I'm trying really hard to shake my head.
It's like, yes. Need a little bit more 3D animation there.
Oh, man. I'm trying to look on the ground. It doesn't work either.
So who would you like to see as streamer of the week?
Well, because it is basically my sister channel, I think the Deviant Evie is the best recommendation I can do. We're basically 90% of the time streaming together, or she's in my chat or I'm in her chat.
Yep.
So if you thought this interview was interesting or funny or pretty cool, the Deviant Evie is also a VTuber, and we're always doing some funny stuff together. Apples or tomatoes?
Apples, but
Really? How many? Tomato goes on every meal you eat.
yeah.
It's ketchup. It's in your pasta. It's in your pizza. It's in your hot dog.
Yeah, but if you were to give,
Apples,
if you were
how
to,
many
if,
times do you eat apples?
if you were to give me an apple and give me a tomato, what are you more likely to go and take a bite out of?
Well, man, I do eat apples every day.
Yeah, you're not going to just grab a tomato and go, yum.
You don't know me. You don't know my life.
Yeah, I don't, but I have a pretty good inkling that you don't just bite into a tomato.
Well, not every day, but you know.
But I agree. Like, they are used on everything. But I mean, tomato sauce is different to a tomato. Like, people who don't like tomatoes will still eat tomato sauce.
What about applesauce? How many people do you know that eats applesauce? Huh? Punk?
Yeah, I guess it's the same situation.
Babies?
I mean, apple cider. Apple cider's nice.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's good.
There's no tomato cider.
Well, there's Bloody Marys.
It's not really its own drink, though.
Yeah, I drank it. It's horrible. You should not drink it. So I guess apple wins.
Yeah, apples.
Apples.
Thanks everybody for watching this video. It's been an excellent interview with Stevie and Major. Well, mainly just Stevie,
yeah.
but the channel's Stevie and Major.
That is correct.
Stevie and
With
Major.
underscores.
Stevie and Major also does YouTube, so I'll put the link to their channel in the description below. Go ahead and give them a follow. Check them out on Twitch. They stream a lot. I stream with them every now and then as well. But yeah, give them a follow. Share the love. Like and subscribe to this video. Tell us what you think. Help support the channel and keep us going with what we're doing. Just trying to make the Twitch community a much nicer place for everyone. So like I said, thank you for watching this video. I'm the Jury94. I stream on Twitch myself, so check me out. And we'll see you guys next week for Quick Save Gamers Stream of the Week. Bye!
Bye. We believe in
Okay.
Evie.
Stevie, you son of a bitch!
It was you fat
I was
booty.
on it. I was on it.
Yeah, you
And
fat
you
booty.
pulled it.
I did not
No,
pull it.
you
I
pulled
did not pull it.
it.
I did not pull it. I did not pull it.
You
I did not pull
You
it.
freaking
Play the
pulled it.
replay.
You
I did not
freaking
pull it.